Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's JD Collectible here, and today we're going to be taking a look at my professional wrestling comic book collection. Now, over the last few years, professional wrestling comics has really have really blown up, and I would say the genesis was the WWE Boom comic series, which started around the late 2010s. I don't believe it's currently ongoing, but while the series was in publication, they told some pretty using current WWE storylines. They told some really interesting stories, and it was a really cool, really just cool artwork, really just a nice series. I have a couple of issues of that series, and that was from my recollection when I think that kind of got the ball turning for a lot of people to start exploring professional wrestling stories in the comic book form more so. And now you actually have quite a lot of wrestling comic series, one shot graphic novels. There's even the awesome book which came out many years ago. Not many years ago, maybe it came out 5 years ago or so, but it's the comic book History of Professional Wrestling, which is one of the best wrestling history books anyone can own. It basically tells the entire history of the professional wrestling industry from the start in the, late 1800s, early 1900s through the present day, all in comic book format, going through all the various eras, from early American wrestling, Europe, Mexico, Japan. It's an incredible book, and I actually want to do a video on that at a later date. But today I just want to show you my regular comic book collection. So these are comics that I mostly obtained through my various crate subscriptions, Pro Wrestling Crate mainly, and a couple that I've gotten from the comic book store. So I'm just going to show you. We may take a few flips through a few pages, but I'm trying to keep this pretty brief. So we're just going to go through and just show you just the diversity in wrestling comic books today. So up first, we have the Tales of the Road series. Now these are included in the Pro Wrestling Crate boxes. This one is centered on Crime Time Tag Team, the late Shad Gaspard and his partner JTG. I'm just going to show you some of the artwork, some of the, just to see just how, so even using the wrestling characters to tell a pretty nice comic story in comic book format. Up next, we have another Tales of the Road. This one is, I believe, this one is the start evolution of the one two. This is based off of the early career of Sean Waltman, aka 123 Kid, aka X Pac, aka Six, and for some reason, this picture puts me in the mind of early 90s WCW. For some reason, like these bad guys around. So let's show you some of the artwork in here. And yeah. Up next, this is actually one of my favorite Tales on the Road. This story was centered on, based on Thunder Rosa, and it was a really cool story about female wrestling, female empowerment. Really cool. And I think I have here's a couple of shots from that. This was a really good one, really good one. Another Tales from the Road. This one was based on Adam Cole. Adam Cole did the writing for this. As you can see, that's his Chugs. The Chugs was his, or is his, Twitch username. I'm not into Twitch like that, but I know he streams, and no Chug. Yeah, we can clearly tell that's Adam Cole. And another Tales on the Road. This one is centered apparently on the career of Sergeant Slaughter, as we can see, Slaughter. And so take a look at some of this, and just really just cool how you just base, telling comic book stories that can appeal to anyone, but using the wrestlers as the base. It's just a really cool concept. Now here we get into a little more horror, or a horror theme. Now this is Tales from the Cryptic Closet. I believe this issue had some writing or art involvement from Karrion Kross. At the time, he was Killer Kross on the indie scene. But this artwork, I mean, this is like, almost reminds you of some Junji Ito, who was a famous kind of Japanese horror mangaka, but just really really, this is definitely a book to read around, to read with the lights off and a flashlight. Really, some cool, scary artwork. Another one, I believe this one was written by, this one had some involvement from Abaddon, who is AW competitor, women's competitor. It has a very supernatural, kind of undead woman gimmick. So take a look at some of these panels and kind of have that same kind of black and white, almost noir, old school pulp comic feel. Up next, this is story centered on the Taya Valkyrie, current AEW, latest recent AEW signing, who will be facing Jade Cargill for the TNT Championship, TBS Championship. I think on Dynamite this week or Rampage, one of those shows. But yeah. So here's some that. This is a personal favorite. This is based off of this is Fig Stories. You can see this is the Toy Story logo, really based off of Toy Story. This is this story is by Matt Cordona, Brian Myers, of course, the major Fig Pod guys, the ultimate figure collectors. This is a very cool story, very funny, and if you're a collector like me of wrestling figures, then yeah, you will definitely enjoy this. This one is based off of, this is Bobby Fulton of the Fantastics. The Fantastics, very great 80s tag team. They had some incredible matches against the Midnight Express in the 80s, and I think he overcame cancer recently. I know he had cancer a few years ago, and he must have beat it, because I have not heard any, he's still alive. I haven't heard any really bad news about him in a few years. The Lucha Brothers. The Lucha Brothers are Penta and Phoenix. And I don't know if I want to take this. Oh yeah, let's take it out. Let's see what we got working here. So, and this is a very thick. This is actually compared to the others. Well, I guess this one too, but this is really has a full scale comic book. This feels like this is like the size of a comic book you would get from the comic book store. Really solid. I like the back cover, really cool. And these are my WWE Boom Series comics. Most of these, actually all of these, were the main stories in them were Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So these storylines were from 2017, around the time that Sami Zayn initially turned heel to help Kevin Owens against Shane McMahon. And really, like I said, these are just some really cool, and this cool stories and art, very realistic artwork. And this was actually a variant cover. And I'm gonna take you inside. Let me show you a couple of pages just to see. Like, these are really just really cool. Let me just show you another one. And yeah, so there you go. Just my just wanted to share with you something with you guys. It's been a while since I posted. I do not like to go almost 2 weeks without posting something. So I just have been trying to get back into the swing of things. With my content and everything. But again, just hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this cool Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam hoodie. My figure display behind me, I've stacked all my figures up to make a nice little display. So just trying some new things here in the room to liven up these videos. And again, just hope you've enjoyed this. If you please like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Hit me up on Instagram. And again, I just want to hear from you, so fire up the comments. I will do my best to respond in a timely manner. And just everybody take care of yourselves and have a great rest of the day.